You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're not just a loser. Your problem is simpler and uglier than that. Your brain is fried. You've been scrolling, clicking, watching, and saying just one more video for years. You wake up tired. You grab your phone before you even stand up. You promise yourself you'll go to the gym, you'll study, you'll work on that project. Then suddenly it's midnight again, and you've done nothing. The worst part is, you know you're wasting your life, but you can't stop. You're starting to wonder, is this just who I am now? I'm telling you right now, this is not who you are. This is what overstimulation has done to you. In this video, I'm going to give you what nobody gave me when I started. A simple, realistic, 30-day dopamine reset for beginners. No magic, no fake discipline quotes. A clear, step-by-step plan to stop frying your dopamine, to get your motivation back, and to finally feel like you're in control again. If you've ever said, I'll start tomorrow, this is the moment you actually start. Let's be honest, you've tried to fix your life before. You watched some motivational video, felt unstoppable for an hour, deleted your games, hid some apps, and swore, no more porn, no more junk food, no more scrolling. 2 days later, you were back exactly where you started, except now, you also hated yourself more. So you told yourself, I just don't have discipline. Other people are built different. I'm just weak. That's the lie. Here, what's really happening. Your daily habits have pushed your baseline dopamine so low that real life feels boring, heavy, and pointless, while screens and cheap pleasure feel like oxygen. Every time you scroll TikTok, binge YouTube, watch porn, or crush junk food, you're retraining your brain to follow one rule. Why work hard for 3 years when I can press one button and feel good right now? So when it's time to study, to go to the gym, or to work on a side project that might pay off next year, your brain laughs and says, be serious. Just open your phone. You're not failing because you're uniquely weak. You're refailing because you're retrying to live on hard mode with a dopamine system that has been hijacked. The good news is, you can reset it. Not in a day, not in a weekend, but in 30 days of doing the right things consistently. We're not going to fix everything at once. That's how people burn out and quit. Instead, in this 30-day reset, we attack 3 main dopamine leaks that are destroying most people. Porn, an endless sexual stimulation, short form and infinite scroll, and mindless junk food with constant snacking. These habits are fast, easy, always available, and they give your brain a giant spike for almost zero effort. Every spike feels good for a moment, then it crashes your baseline even lower, and real life feels even more dull. So the plan is not be perfect and be disciplined. The plan is, cut the worst leaks, let your brain remember what normal feels like, and then build real energy. Here's the roadmap. 30 days, 4 phases. Days 1, 2, 3, emergency stop. Days 4 to 7, stabilize. Days 8 to 14, build real energy. Days 15 to 30, lock in the new normal. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be serious. Let's start with days 1, 2, 3, emergency stop. Your only job in these 3 days is to stop the bleeding. You're not trying to become a monk. You're just trying to stop shooting yourself in the head every few hours. For 3 days, follow 3 rules. Rule 1, no porn. No porn. No masturbation with porn. No hunting for sexual content. If you relapse, you restart the 3 days, but you do not restart your entire life. Rule 2, no short-form scrolling. Delete TikTok. Hide reels and shorts. You can still use the internet, but no infinite, fast scroll feeds. Rule 3, no sugary drinks. No sodas, no energy drinks, no liquid sugar. Eat whatever normal meals you have, but kill the sugar in your drinks. That's it. You don't need a perfect diet. You don't need a beautiful routine. You just need to stop blasting your brain from morning to night. You will feel bored, restless, irritated, and weirdly empty. Good. That means your brain is screaming for its old drug. When that happens, you don't negotiate. You move. Go for a walk for 10 to 20 minutes. When you want to scroll, choose a long video or a podcast, not short clips. When you want to watch porn, stand up, leave the room, splash cold water on your face. Do some push-ups, go outside. Your goal for the first 3 days is not to feel amazing. Your goal is to survive without your worst addictions. That's phase 1. Now days 4 to 7, stabilize. At this point, your brain is still messy, but it's a little less chaotic. We keep the same 3 rules. No porn, no short-form scroll, no sugary drinks, and now we add some structure. Here is your simple checklist for days 4 to 7. First, no phone for the first 30 minutes after waking up. Use that time to drink water, open your window, breathe, and sit quietly or journal for 5 to 10 minutes. Start the day as a human, not as a slave to the screen. Second, move your body for at least 20 minutes. Walk, do some bodyweight exercises, or go to the gym. The goal is not a perfect physique. The goal is to tell your body, we are alive and we are moving again. Third, replace short-form content with long-form or with silence. Watch full videos, listen to podcasts, or work with just music. No bouncing between 10 apps and 10 minutes. Fourth, 1 hour before bed. No fast scrolling. You can watch one longer video, one episode, or you can read, but no rapid-fire clips and no jumping from feed to feed. In these days, you are teaching your brain a new idea. I need constant stimulation to exist. You'll still feel urges. You'll still feel tired. That's okay. You are coming off fake dopamine. That is phase 2. Now days 8 to 14, build real energy. We keep everything from before, and now we start to add things that actually raise your baseline dopamine in a healthy way. First, add one deep focus block each day, 30 to 60 minutes. Phone away. No notifications. No multitasking. Use that block to do something that matters. Study, build a skill, work on a business idea, or build a portfolio. At first, your brain will run away and you'll hate sitting still. Stay anyway. That's how you rebuild your focus muscle. Second, upgrade one meal. Not your whole diet, just one meal. Make it a real meal with protein, real carbs, and some vegetables. It can be simple, eggs and rice, chicken and potatoes, whatever you can afford and access. Third, track 3 things each day. What time you go to sleep, whether you moved your body, yes or no, and whether you gave in to a big dopamine leak, yes or no. You don't need a fancy app. Use a notebook or the Notes app on your phone. You just need honesty. By day 14, if you do this even at 70%, you will feel a shift. Your mind will be a bit clearer. Sitting down to work won't feel like torture. You won't be fixed, but you won't feel completely cooked anymore. That's phase 3. Now days 15 to 30. Lock in the new normal. These last 2 weeks are about making this your base lifestyle, not a 30-day stunt. We keep all the rules. No porn, no short-form scroll, no sugary drinks, movement, deep focus, better food, less chaos. Now we add 3 things. First, the 2-hour rule. For every 2 hours you're awake, spend at least 10 minutes moving, or 10 minutes in deep focus. This stops you from drifting into hours of dead scrolling. Second, choose one keystone habit and do it every day. Just one. 10 minutes of meditation, or 30 minutes of reading, or 20 minutes of writing or journaling, or a 30 to 45-minute workout. Your job is not to do all 4. Your job is to become the kind of person who is consistent with one important habit every day. Third, redesign your fun. At least once a week, have fun that doesn't destroy you. Go outside with a friend, play a sport, cook a meal, explore your city, work on a creative hobby. You are teaching your brain that fun is being alive and engaged, not just staring at a glowing rectangle. By day 30, you will not be a superhero, but you will not be the same person you were on day 0. You'll be less anxious, less numb, more in control. And for the first time in a long time, you'll feel a small, solid fire of self-respect. That is what we're after. Now let's talk about relapse, because it will probably happen. At some point, you will slip. You'll watch something you said you wouldn't. You'll scroll for an hour. You'll crush junk food. Most people don't fail because they relapse once. They fail because after that, they decide, I ruined everything. I'm back to 0. Might as well go all in. One bad moment becomes a bad week, a bad month, a bad year. So you need a relapse protocol, a simple way to handle it when you fall. Here is the short version. Step 1. Admit it fast. Within 10 minutes, say or write, I relapsed. I did this at this time. No drama, just facts. Step 2. Change your state. Stand up, drink water, walk for 5 or 10 minutes, do some push-ups, put your phone in another room for a while. Don't sit in the same position, in the same place, continuing the same pattern. Step 3. Learn from it. Ask yourself one question. What was I thinking or feeling 10 minutes before I relapsed? Maybe you were tired, lonely, stressed, or bored. Maybe you thought, just 5 minutes, or I deserve this. That thought is your weak point. Next time it shows up, you can recognize it as a trap. Step 4. Get a win the same day. Within an hour, do one hard, small, disciplined thing. Work out. Tidy your room. Study for 25 minutes. Work on your project, or cook yourself a decent meal. You are sending a message to yourself. Yes, I fell, and I am still the kind of person who does hard things. If you end a relapse day with at least one real win, you're retraining a new pattern. A bad moment does not equal a bad life. That is how you stay in the game. Now, when does discipline start to feel good? Right now, it sounds like punishment, but here's what usually happens in these 30 days. Week 1, you feel bored, restless, and emotional. You miss the old highs. You question if this is worth it. Week 2, you see small wins. You survived days without your worst habits. You moved your body. You slept a little better. You had one deep focus session. It's still hard, but you have tiny moments of pride. Week 3, you start to like the feeling after doing the hard thing after the workout, after the study session, after a day where you kept your promises. You notice, I feel better than when I just scroll. Week 4, you realize you don't fully recognize yourself. Not because everything is perfect, but because you trust yourself more. When you say you'll do something, you actually do it more often than not. That is when discipline stops feeling like prison and starts feeling like freedom. You wake up and think, I can move my life today, instead of, I'm stuck watching everyone else live. Now you have a choice. You can close this video and go back to exactly what you've been doing. Same phone, same habits, same guilt, same nights wondering why nothing changes. Or you can decide that the next 30 days will not look like the last 300. Here's what I want you to do. Pick your start date. If it's not today, it's tomorrow, not next month. Not when life calms down, tomorrow. Write down your 3 rules for days 1 to 3. No porn, no short-form scroll, no sugary drinks. Then choose your keystone habit for days 15 to 30. Meditation, reading, writing, or working out. Say it out loud. You are not broken. You are not doomed to stay a slave to your phone and your urges. Your brain can change. Your life can change. You can shape both. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Your 30-day dopamine reset starts now.